All right, let's dive into something that I think affects every single one of us: distraction. It feels like it's harder than ever to focus, right? Well, today, we're going to connect some dots you might not expect between ADHD, the way we're all educated, and of course, the explosion of AI. We're going to explore a totally new way to think about focus and maybe, just maybe, how to get it back.
So let's just start with a really big, kind of provocative question, one that's going to frame everything we talk about today. What if ADHD isn't a disorder at all? Seriously, what if it's actually a survival strategy, a totally normal, even logical response from a brain that's trying to cope with a completely unnatural world?
Okay, so first up, is this really a modern epidemic?
We hear the word disorder and we see a list of symptoms, right? Inability to focus on assigned tasks, constantly needing stimulation, that sort of thing. But what if we're looking at this all wrong? What if these aren't symptoms of a broken brain, but defense mechanisms? Think about it. Intense focus on self-chosen interests. That sounds like passion. And maybe, just maybe, an inability to focus on assigned tasks is really just a brain fighting tooth and nail to protect its own curiosity from being stamped out.
So if our brains are just reacting, well, what's the real culprit here? What are they reacting to?
And this is where it gets really interesting. The source we're looking at points to one core problem: learned helplessness. It's this idea that we've been conditioned, almost from birth, to believe that the answers always come from somewhere else, from a teacher, a boss, an expert. We're taught to stop asking our own questions and just wait to be told what to think. We learn not to trust our own curiosity.
And you want to know where that conditioning factory is? Look no further than our schools. This system is basically a relic, designed over 100 years ago for a factory-based world. Just look at this comparison. On one side, what we're rewarded for: following instructions, memorizing answers, basically shutting up and waiting for permission. And on the other side, what we actually need to survive and thrive today: asking questions, figuring things out for ourselves, solving problems. It's a total mismatch.
So here's the kicker. It's not just that our schools fail to teach focus, it's so much worse. They actively destroy the very environment where focus could ever grow naturally. I mean, think about it. You focus on things you're actually interested in, right? The system is designed to tell you what you should be interested in. See the problem?
And it's not just school. Once we're out, consumer culture swoops in to finish the job. I mean, when was the last time you were truly bored? Every single empty second is now filled with a notification, a scroll, a stream. That precious empty space your brain needs to wander, to get curious, to just be. It's basically been eliminated. It's been replaced by a screen in your pocket.
All right, so what happens when you live like this for years? What do we lose? Well, we lose what might be the most important thing of all: finding your one thing. You know how there's a critical window when you're a kid for learning a language? Well, it turns out there's a similar window, right around ages 6 to 13, for discovering what you're passionate about, your deep, core interests. And what do we do during those exact precious years? We stick kids in a system that rewards them for being the same as everyone else, not for exploring what makes them unique. It's kind of heartbreaking when you think about it.
There's this great line from the movie City Slickers that just nails this idea. The secret of life is one thing. Just one thing. It's about finding that one singular passion that becomes your North Star. And for so many of us, that passion was probably just a tiny little spark when we were kids, before the system came along and, well, poured water on it.
So what is this one thing? You know what it is. It's that thing you do where focus just happens. You don't have to force it. It's when you look up and realize hours have gone by. Time just vanishes. It's not about forcing yourself to concentrate. It's about being so fascinated that you can't not concentrate. And the sad truth is, for a lot of us, that signal from our brain got buried under so much noise we forgot it was even there.
Okay, now let's bring this right up to the present moment, because there's a new player on the field that is changing everything, and that player is AI. The big question is it a tool or is it a trap?
Now, if you're one of the lucky ones, if you've already found your one thing, AI is an absolute game changer. It's like a superpower. You know that old 10,000-hour rule to become an expert? Forget it. With AI as your coach, those 10,000 hours could become 2,500. It's a mastery accelerator on steroids.
But what about the rest of us? The people who are still searching, who don't have that one single focus? Well, this is the really crucial part. For them, AI isn't a superpower. It's an infinite bag of potato chips. You can't have just one, and the bag never, ever runs out.
Let's really break down this potato chip trap because it's so important. First, just like a perfectly salty chip, AI is engineered to be irresistible. It gives you that quick, satisfying crunch of an answer. But second, it never really fills you up, does it? It's empty calories for your brain. So what do? You reach for another and another, just endlessly snacking on information. And in doing so, you're preventing the one thing you actually need to find something meaningful: boredom.
So what you end up with is this huge growing gap in society, a chasm. On one side, you have this small group of people with a deep focus, using AI to become basically superhuman. And on the other side, you have almost everyone else, just lost in a sea of infinite distraction, more disconnected from their own purpose than ever.
Okay, that sounds pretty bleak, I know. But here's the good news. There is a path forward, a way out of the trap. And it's a path that doesn't start at the pharmacy. The only way out is through.
The very first step is to change how we think about boredom. We've been taught that boredom is bad, that it's something to escape at all costs. But it's not. Boredom is actually a signal. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, this isn't it. There's nothing for you here. Go find something interesting.
This really brings us to a choice between two very different paths. There's the easy path, the one we're told to take. Get a label, get a pill, and become a patient. And then there's the true path. It's harder, no doubt about it. It means being willing to sit in that uncomfortable, empty quiet, to wait for your own inner voice to start talking again. It's about shifting your identity from a patient to a seeker.
So what does that actually look like? How do you walk that path? Well, it starts with something simple but not easy. You have to permit boredom. Literally schedule time to do nothing. Put the phone in another room. Just let there be space. Then you have to listen, really listen. Pay attention to those tiny little flickers of interest, the things that make you go, huh, that's kind of cool. And finally, and this is the most important part, when you feel that flicker, you have to follow it, protect it, give it some air, feed it until it grows from a tiny spark into a real fire.
Because without that internal fire, that one thing to guide you, AI becomes exactly what we've been talking about. It's the ultimate trap. It's consumerism perfected, an infinite on-demand supply of satisfying but totally empty mental junk food. It will keep you snacking forever so you never feel hungry enough to go out and find a real feast.
And so that leaves us with one last question. A question for you, for me, for all of us. The infinite bag of potato chips is wide open. It's right there in front of you. So what are you going to choose to feast on?